Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, you can do that yet you can't even delete your own emails. A little old school knowledge helps solve a months old issue. The infamous text field rabbit hole. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. You can do that yet you can't even delete your own emails. LTLFTP plus hard to format on mobile. Okay, so I am by no means an IT, but the one who everyone in my family call when they need help. So I get a call from my grandpa, 89 years old, about a new Win 10 laptop he just got and he needs help setting it up. Now keep in mind he is the kind of person to blame the machinery if he clicks on the wrong thing, so I already knew this would not end in a phone call, so I drove to his place expecting to see it still in the box. That was not the case. When I arrive, I see him already in his desktop, after he somehow managed to install Windows correctly on his own accord and waiting for me while playing Minesweeper. As he greets me, he freaking Alt plus F4s to close the game, and then tells me he cannot connect to the internet. Not sure what happened in the week I wasn't there. I ask if he could show me the problem. He then opens CMD and pings his own cell phone, and then points at the 0 packets text to show me there is no connection. At this point I'd probably look less surprised if I see an alien invasion. So after showing him that you need to enter the password to connect to his home Wi-Fi, he then asks me how to see his email account again. Still completely stunned, I show him how to access his Outlook account, and how to delete some messages. And the craziest part, when I asked him how did he know about CMD, his answer was, I learned it from grandma. A little old school knowledge helps solve a months old issue. Started working for an MSP a few years ago, and early on during a shadow session, the primary tech for the client asked me to look into an issue that had baffled them for months. We are on site and addressing some issues, and found some idle time. While he was working on a system reimage, I looked into why schedule reports in a software package was not creating reports. I got to work familiarizing myself with the software and what it did. Then look into the reporting problem. All settings looked normal, nothing stood out. Try to run the schedule report now, and it would stop with a vague error message. I'm thinking, well, I have an error message, so time to call the vendor and get the meaning behind it. I got connected to a very pleasant tech who went through the usual steps to check the basics, etc. Then moved on to more advanced troubleshooting. The vendor tech start running logs, and we checked for messages. The error came up after the logs show unable to create the file for the report. Great, still more vague info, but at least it's a step in the right direction. I was thinking it could be a storage issue, but this was on a server used by multiple people, and I decided to dismiss it since nobody else had issues creating files. I was staring at the file name used to create the report, when I realized the root cause was staring me back in the face. The file name used $1 in it, and I remembered there are limitations on file naming under NTFS and older storage formats. I simplified the file name, removing any special characters, and the report ran successfully. The vendor tech was on a remote session and was watching me, and was also surprised. I asked them to send an enhancement request to add checking to the report section to disallow special characters, to avoid this for their other customers as well. The infamous text field rabbit hole. This is the tale of technical simplicity and corporate politics. Part 1, Intro. So it was my first week on the job. Nobody had any clue what I was supposed to do, neither did I. You see, there wasn't a support department before me, so I was alone in a dangerous world. Anyway, I get myself into the ops department, introduce myself to the manager, and ask her to show me around. She introduces me to a long-time ops employee that worked pretty much on all projects, around 150 of them. Hi, how are you? I say colloquially. He understands hi, what are you doing, and replies, well, I'll be happy to show you. I instantly sit down and get bombarded with the horrible UI and text fields of the operations interface. This field is already filled, we don't change that. The other field needs to be filled with a date, you get the point. After 1 hour he says done and opens a large notebook on his desk, and starts writing down the project name, fields, forms, starting codes, and hour. Do you mind if I ask what are you writing down? Oh, no problem, it's all work related. I write down everything I do in a workday, all projects, all issues, any relevant information. I have 5 notebooks full from this month alone. Operators had no personal account or computer, they were using virtual boxes with the interface only. Oh, okay. Will you be willing to show me an issue that you encounter frequently? Sure. As a matter of fact, I am scheduled to work on that project right now. Asterisk opens up another interface and brings in the first file. You see, the first 3 fields must be always correct. For a beginner to fill them out wrong he's fired on the spot. The next 4 fields must be filled out correctly, and you might get a reprimand for mistakes. Now, number 8. As he pauses I ask, what about field number 8? I don't believe field number 8 is of any importance actually, but it's grouped together with the high priority fields. It's sometimes autocomplete by the system with info that should go in other fields. Okay. Some supervisors ask for it to be left empty, or with whatever info is autocomplete in them. Okay, so nobody. Well, look, I have the manual for the project, and field number 8 is actually number 9. Look at what it's supposed to contain. Some supervisors ask for field 8 and 9 to be the same. Okay, so there is a workaround. No, that's not it. When we get return errors on the other fields, almost everyone stumbles into field 8, and we get reprimanded for being late and breaching SLAs. I know that the error is in another field, I never check 8. The supervisors rely on me to do the error checks for this project. Wow, asterisk, there's 120 stations on 30 rows in the hall. Nobody else does errors for this project. No, they do, but they never finish in time. They always get stuck on what to fill in field 8. Part 2, Field 8. I pick up my laptop, get my newly minted credentials, hop on the provided virtual machine, which is a monster, containing all of the project's databases. The entirety of the afternoon is spent looking for and at the project structure. Next day I begin anew. I look into the reports and the project manual fits perfectly with the automated report system. The main table does however contain an extra column filled with all types of data, but mostly empty fields. I send an email to the developer listed on the project and ask him about field 8. He replies immediately saying that field 8 was implemented and working in the test environment. Okay, dead end. I need to look at the code. Several days later I get access to the source codes. Every project has a number in the front, no idea what the number means, searching returns 3 hits, no possibility to narrow down. I have to check 3 entire projects with the same keyword in order to find the elusive field 8. Finally, I find it. It's in the code, but the try-catch on it is very lax, and part of it is commented out so basically. If it finds the relevant info, it will autocomplete the field. It can take strings. It's a non-essential field. It's marked as important. It's linked to the gibberish column that I discovered earlier. I copy the class over and add a comment in it, since I wasn't allowed to edit project files. Turn off visibility for the field. Return value 1 to column. Add this info for next version for review. I document everything, send it to the devs, project management, and ops. Job done. Go home. Part 3. Impact. Next day my email has 7 replies. The devs won't budge, it's an important field. Project management, we won't allow the change. Operations impact is due to lack of user training. Customer care. The client is very unhappy with breached SLAs. This is the only project without major issues that is in the top 5 customer complaints. Please fix the issue. 3 against, 3 don't care, 1 pro. Most people will find other stuff to play with, or maybe grab a coffee. But not me. You see, I can feel when a problem is so annoying and so damaging that people will blame literally everything else but the problem. Instead of grabbing a coffee, I just went back to operations, in the soul-crushing hall, where the little people were suffering because of field number 8. I went into the supervisor's office, planted myself in the middle of them, and asked for a complete impact report and all error breaches, all documented corrections ever done on this project. They looked at me and said, "Sure, would you like fries with that?" I muttered, "You don't have any of those. Look at this place. Even if someone would ask us to do them, we would never have enough time for such reports." "Fine, I'll do it myself. Let me know when you get to the error corrections, and I'll drive over from the main office." 1 month later, I got the impact report. Field 8 was turning a 30-minute task into a 24-hour ordeal for 3 shifts. Money-wise, the project was costing more in penalties due to breached SLAs than it earned. All supervisors and operators assigned to the project lost their performance bonuses. This caused them to ping-pong the project around so each would lose 1 month of bonus out of 6 months. In short, people were simply taking turns getting F********* in the by field number 8. And the company was losing money over it, a lot of money. Part 4. Money in Politics. I hit reply to all and attach my new discoveries to the email. First replies coming in. Dev team. Field 8 is working fine. Project management. Field 8 is essential to the project. Everyone else wants it removed. I get my coffee, wait for the lunch break, and go in the project management office. 8 desks, 1 person. "Hi, I'm the new guy from support." "Hello, can I help you?" She replies. "Yeah, I'm looking for whoever was in charge of Project X number code. By the way, what do those number codes stand for?" Asterisk. She shrugs while opening some files. It's a long-time client. This is one of the newer projects from them. It belongs to colleague X. She will know more. Is there a documentation that I might have? Why, is there a problem? Is there now? I would know. I like the name of this project. Can you just send me the specs? Nothing special, just the main outlines? I have here some versions. I can't figure out which is the final one. I'll just send them all over. Have fun. I will, I promise. Thanks BTW, nice meeting you. Now the final piece of the puzzle. She had sent me a gold mine of info for that project. For the sake of sanity, I will explain quickly. Project X was requested 11 months prior, took 1 month from design to enter production, and went through 4 versions. First version was very similar to the one in actual production. Second version was expanded to include more types of files, basically a double project. Third version was a scale down of second version, and the infamous field number 8 was added as mandatory. Drumroll. Version 4 expanded the scope again, and only 20% of project files had info for field number 8. During testing, the customer requested the removal of field number 8 info from reports since 80% of it was not there in the first place. Field number 8 was paid for extra and more since it came in late at V3. Since customer asked for removal of field 8 info from reports, and did not specify removal from code, it was left as is live in production because it was paid for. 9 months in production, huge amounts of money down the drain, and finally the mystery was revealed. Project management did not want to refund the customer due to technicalities, and devs would not change the project file because they never received the request. Finally, I got a meeting with the heads of each department, pointed out the issue, and how to solve it, and field number 8 was removed. Total dev time, 5 minutes. Test time, 0 minutes. Cost, around $500,000 whatever currency you can think of. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.